The city of Eilat, a picturesque resort town on the Red Sea nestled between Egypt and Jordan on the southernmost tip of Israel, is now serving as a repository for refugees. An estimated 500,000 Israelis have been internally displaced, many fleeing Hamas terrorists' massacre on October 7th, and many more uprooted by the Israeli Defense Forces, both around Gaza and along the northern borders with Lebanon and Syria, to make way for a secure operational war zone. Among the displaced, some 70,000 civilians who've relocated to this tourist city, more than doubling the population of Eilat. But far from the normal holiday vibe, the overflowing streets and hotels are filled with a somber tone.
They didn't come here to relax or for tourism or fun. They came here and we had to take care of every need. We're providing humanitarian aid. We set up 26 centers for providing humanitarian aid. Healthcare centers that came from the center of Israel, from hospitals in the center, they organized very quickly and came here. We're assisting them with the education network for kids. There are some 15 to 16,000 extra kids, maybe more, and we absorb them into our school system. And now we're building a school especially for them, from caravans. And we're building a kindergarten from tents. And yes, we're building here a whole city in order to receive them. How long it will take, I don't know. But it will take whatever it takes. We'll do everything. If it takes weeks or months, we're here for them.
But even with all the pop-up command centers, hotlines, and logistics centers, much more was needed. Many of the displaced have escaped the Hamas terrorist massacre with nothing but the pajamas on their back. And in many cases, they only learned of the fate of their loved ones and community members, whether they were killed, missing, or kidnapped, after arriving in Eilat. Retired hairdresser Sima Matok came out of retirement to provide full-time free services for the many traumatized women at the Israel Yam Suf Hotel, which is full to the brim with evacuees from the Gaza periphery, many of whom lost loved ones on that tragic day.
At first, I had to coax them to come and do their hair, if only to bring a smile to their faces for just one day. And slowly, I understood that I'm succeeding in opening their hearts. They opened up to me, and this way I was able to bring them to a place where they said, "You don't know what you've done for us. It's not just our hair. You're really providing a good feeling that we exist. After everything we went through, everything that happened, everything we saw, at least we can see some humanity."
Yeah, in the middle of the week, they have, for the children, they have like school, kind of school. A few hours in the daytime from the morning, and the adults, they have psychological people that come and talk to them, and the social workers. They're doing a wonderful job, by the way. A lot of them here every day, and. We don't see the adults playing cards and sit and laugh. Of course not. All the time they sit and think, or reading, or speaking on the phone, or going to walking on the strip, or jogging, swimming. This is what they do.
The population has more than doubled, as I said, from around 55,000 to over 130,000, with every single hotel, and I mean every single hotel, at full capacity. Even the Aquamarine Hotel, which has been closed for over a year, was reopened to house some of the internally displaced Israelis.
Itamar, my amazing eldest son, who was a former IDF paratrooper, he was an outstanding soldier in the Air Force. I'm very proud of him. He took the initiative. He knew the place where we're sitting, the Aquamarine Hotel, has been closed for a year and a half. He called the owner of the hotel, Yafa, who is also a righteous woman, and said, "You have 80 rooms, give them to me." She said, "Listen, the hotel isn't set up, it's dirty, etc." He put out a post, and within 3 hours, tens of people showed up to clean the hotel. And by the second day of the war, with a consistent inflow of people, some 300 people had arrived. It's not people that were directed here.
They came on their own from Sderot, Ofakim, Netivot, and Ashkelon, and all the time on a voluntary basis, like my righteous Itamar, everyone donates. Even now he tells me, Dad, I need challah bread. I'll be blessing here today, so I need challahs, and we need games and clothes and mattresses, everything so that these people will feel calm.
Right now we came here to volunteer. I heard about it from Itamar, and I came here to help the hotel. The first days we just cleaned the hotel. Everything was like so dirty, and this building was closed for over a year. And I stayed here. I just couldn't go. So every day, 13 hours a day, like all day I'm here.
These people experienced incredibly difficult things on this damnable day, the 7th of October. And this is our mission, to help them. These are our brethren. This is our job. Here, our strength and resilience is measured. Therefore, we're all drafted to this mission. And I'm speaking to everyone who hears me. Every person, with the strength God gave them, should assist.
And that's why situations like this, places like this, have turned up. We're now at the old terminal of the Eilat airport, which has been turned into a theater, and now into a Salvation Army of sorts, where literal tons of donations have poured in, from children's toys to baby formula and clothing for anyone who needs it, with hopes that they'll use what they need and then actually pay it forward and return it for donation.
Starting with Facebook posts and phone calls, Eilat local Liat Grabowski organized donations, but as the amount of donations outgrew her space, she requested permission from the city to expand her operations into the terminal.
They gave us this space, and since we have provided broad services for thousands of families. Really amazing people just stuck with me, including people who aren't working but who chose to do something incredible with their time. And I delegated them to different departments, and we operate like an organization where everyone knows what to do, what's missing, how to get it. We're always adapting because this war is changing and we're understanding new needs and constraints, etc. And we adapt with it.
Part of the efforts even include delivery, Grabowski explains, for those too traumatized or infirm to come in person.
We get lists and have volunteers who collect, volunteers who load their car, volunteers who donate their fuel and come every day to deliver things where they need to go to whoever needs it as much as is needed and without stopping.
It's really touching. It warms the heart. We have here a huge demonstration of solidarity and neighborly love, such as we know exists in Israel. And here it came about and then some.
But this is not the first time Eilat has absorbed an influx of refugees. The city likewise took in tens of thousands in 2006 during the Second Lebanon War. And former Mayor Yitzhak Halevi says Israel must learn the lessons from this event moving forward.
In 2006, we surpassed our limits to host people, and in the end, all the good things we did became problematic. It was a double-edged sword. We set out to host and got reprimanded. We wanted to help, but then more and more people came, and no one wanted to leave. And it can get to the point where you provide problematic services. Even the sewer lines exploded in 2006.
The fear then, as Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza escalates, is that cities like Eilat will crumble under the weight of additional waves of displaced Israelis, far exceeding the already surpassed capacity.
We're at the start of the road, not the end. And if we don't find solutions, including in the humanities, psychologists, social workers, teachers, guides, community center workers, everything we need in order to treat the incoming people, then the good will turn ugly. The amazing energy that we have today from many, many incredible organizations won't be able to stand up against the pressures that will arise.
The next step will be to build a city of tents and caravans, as in to build temporary structures. We are already ready with plans. We have the plans ready, and the moment they decide that it's necessary, we'll do it. I spoke with the Prime Minister this week, and we discussed this. The moment they say we'll need another 20 to 30,000 people, we'll host them. We need, of course, to take into account security issues, and it will need to be organized with the Army and Home Front Command and emergency response networks, and everyone who's needed.
Listen, there is no other way. There is nowhere else. It's a good place. It's a place with a lot of nature which can also aid and calm people and bring balance to their inner emotional turmoil. I think it's actually a great place to receive people and embrace them and let them unload at our amazing beach. We are handling it.
Of course, we will report more as we know more. I'm Aaron Porras at Eilat for the Media Line.